You said you're cool and that it's alright, but you're hiding something that don't feel right. You know life is better when we just talk, when we just talk. Let's talk. Baby, I'm not Potter, I got language. I ain't got no time to sit here angry. You know life is better when we just talk, when we just talk. Let's talk. I know sometimes I can say the wrong thing. You won't get nowhere without responding. You know life is better when we just talk, when we just talk. Let's talk. When we just talk, just talk. When we just talk, better when we just talk, just talk. Better when we just talk, just talk. You know better when we just talk. Let's talk. You said you're cool and that it's alright, but you're hiding something that don't feel right. You know life is better when we just talk, when we just talk. Let's talk. Can we If the road of truth is fine, which one of us is out of line? Although you say you can prove more, I can feel it down to my core. In a world where our words go, I sit and believe what I'm told. But in this blue world filled with bones, I'll just keep dancing on my own. It's a useless waste of time. I don't care what's on your
What up, It's Tuesday. How's it going, everybody? It is Taco Tuesday. So welcome for anyone just joining us. And Tacho Tuesday. I still need to make tachos. I haven't made them, so I couldn't call it Tacho Tuesday. You're very right. I gotta. Can I rename it? No, I can't rename it. This is like the title of the thing above me is Photoshop, so I can't just sit there and type it in. But all right, everybody, welcome to Tacho Tuesdays. If you're unfamiliar with tachos, it's like tater tots and nachos combined. And now I really want some, just instantly. So on today's docket for Taco Tuesday, so typically it's just been me talking to the void essentially about just different topics of life, school, stuff like that. It's nothing very specific. But as is what's intended with Tacho Tuesday, it's supposed to be an open discussion. And just here as a graduate student, I'm a fourth year graduate student in the social psychology and neuroscience program, so basically social neuroscience, if you will. And I'm just opening up a space online for anyone to interact with grad students. And so today, a colleague of mine, someone that works with me in my lab, is here with us. He is a sixth year, so he has more experience than I do, and he's much better researcher and scientist than I am. So it's going to be sick to be able to talk to him and have him here, so we can just create a conversation between grads and other grads that might be listening, or people who aren't but like want to talk. But we can talk about anything. It's not just going to be about science and research and stuff, but we're just opening up a space to create a conversation. With that being said, I do want to do a quick shout out for Science Friday. If you are interested in more focal topics regarding science, sometimes it could be about our science. Sometimes it'll be about, most of the time it's we talk on Science Fridays about topics inspired by research that we had just listened to that week. So us as graduate students, we attend like a lecture, or not a lecture, like a talk given by a researcher from universities all over the world about their research. So we get to hear what other ideas and other research is going on around the world, so we can kind of allow for an exchange of ideas, if you will. Allows for kind of better science in the grand scheme of things. So we get to listen to that, and so those talks will typically inspire the topic for Science Fridays. For example, the very first Science Friday ever was regarding implicit bias, so we talked about implicit bias and bias as a whole. Science Friday is not intended to be like a news reporting regarding what a scientist said. I'm not going to report that scientist's science because it's my first time hearing it, so it's not like I could sit there jotting down a million words a minute, everything they're saying. So I don't want to play a game of telephone with Science Friday. And if you're unfamiliar with the game of telephone, it's someone says something in someone's ear and they have to pass around that secret across the room. By the time it gets to the end of the room, it's a complete different message. So that's the opposite of the intention of this channel. Here it's to promote kind of this discussion regarding stuff happening around us, especially if you want to talk about it with graduate students that may be studying these phenomenon. But the opposite is I don't want to spread misinformation. One of the inspirations behind the creation of these days, Taco Tuesday and Science Friday, is there's a lot of negativity out there regarding science and stuff like that. So I just wanted to open a channel or a voice for science, if you will. So Tacho Tuesdays is going to be one of those. I really like Tacho Tuesdays. Cool. So with that being said, Science Fridays is every Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that happens every week as well. But today is way more open to be about anything. So with that being said, let's transition over to bringing on, like I said, my fellow colleague here and a friend of mine who so graciously volunteered his time. I'm sure he's very busy doing a lot of stuff. So I really appreciate his time here. So let's go over there and say hello. What up? This is Young Kid Hong.
Hello,
Can you hear me?
hello.
Can you hear me? Cool. I can hear you.
Yeah, I can't see you though.
Oh shoot, I'll get the camera on the Discord so you can see me in Discord as well. Let's see, turn on
Okay.
camera. It's gonna be weird. Now I'm like there's like a camera reception on the Discord. Or no, on the Twitch.
Alright, I see you now.
Alright, what's up? How's it going? Welcome to Tacho
Pretty
Tuesday.
good.
Are you familiar with tachos?
Yeah,
Have
I
you
just
ever-
heard, I just googled it. It looks pretty good. I'll try it
So
sometime.
so Satan's Food Baby was in an earlier stream and he was talking about tachos. and it just instantly got me hungry. Now I really want some tachos.
Mm.
So, oh man, how do we incorporate tacho into Taco Tuesday? I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe you can live stream cooking tachos sometime.
That would be sick. Anyway, so this is young kid Hong. He's a 6th year in graduate school. So what's something like, how would you generalize if you had to, in a couple of words, you're kind of like, or I guess I should say a couple sentences. I'll give you a couple of sentences, not a couple of words. Kind of things you're interested in researching.
Oh yeah, sure. So broadly speaking, I'm interested in psychological and neural basis of stereotyping and prejudice.
Okay.
But my research, most of my research focuses on how belonging to different groups influence the way we process faces of people who belong to our in-group, so versus people who belong to our out-group.
So what constitutes like an in-group? Like, is anyone an in-group? Are you my in-group? Can you be my in-group? Will you be my in-group? I'm just kidding, sorry.
Yeah, that's a great question. So in-group can be anything. So in-group is the group that you belong to.
Okay.
It could be like your school, or like your race and ethnicity, your nationality, or if you're into sports, the sports teams that you like, that you follow. Or it could just be like very specific or very narrow, like your family members.
Can they be novel?
Your friend groups.
Are these established, or can they be novel? For example, if like people follow this channel, let's just say, would we be considered an in-group? Like people, like all of us in this channel, could that be considered an in-group from a social psychological standpoint?
Yeah, that's a great question, given.
You don't have to compliment my
That's
question.
the specialty.
I'm not holding. Everybody, I promise, I'm not holding a gun to this guy's head. Like I'm in a different place right now. We're not in the same place.
Yeah, we're in the same city, so
yeah, we are.
you can come over anytime.
Thank you.
Although we shouldn't interact in person. Sorry. Yeah, so
you're good. What up, Geeky?
groups can be anything. So
sorry, someone just joined us. We're talking
groups can
about.
be anything, so
Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt, but we're just talking a little bit about. So right here, joining us today is young kid Hong. He's a colleague of mine. We work in the same lab. He's a 6th-year graduate student. I'm only a 4th year, so he has a couple years of experience on me, and we're just talking a little bit about his research and stuff like that. And right now we're kind of diving into what constitutes an in-group member versus an out-group member in relation to the science and stuff like that. Cool. So we were just saying, so people here, could we just become a novel group? Can groups just be created like randomly or spontaneously, if you will? Can they be created and then form and get actual effects like you would with a traditional group?
yes, absolutely. But there's a limit to it. So a lot of the times, social psychologists, when they study this intergroup dynamics, they create these artificial groups in the lab, which are arbitrary and novel. So people have never heard of these groups before, but they are also believable. So we have researchers typically have people go through different tasks that are actually completely bogus, so they're fake. But we tell participants at the end that they belong to this group because of the way they performed in this task compared to other people. Like I said earlier, there's certainly a limit to it. If you think about it, for example, if you think about a group of people waiting at a bus stop can't feel like they belong to the same in-group. Because it just doesn't make sense, even though they are a group of people.
There's no single identifier behind them.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a concept in social psychology called entitativity, which to put it in more
entitativity. Let me try to put this I think I got it right. Let's see. Put that into chat. Entitativity. Entitativity. Did I get that right?
Yeah,
E-N-T-I. Can you see the chat?
yeah,
Okay, did I
yeah.
get that right?
That's
Okay,
right.
sweet. There we go.
Yeah.
Entitativity. I could put that inside the Discord channel if anyone wants the science behind it. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh yeah. So just to explain what that is in just the lay terms, it's basically how groupy a group is.
I like that. Wait, wait.
How cool.
That almost is like how, to me, it almost sounded like how groovy a group is, and I just imagine a bunch of people like kind of grooving together. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty cohesive. Like that makes it a strong bond behind people. How groupy a group is. I like that. Can we get that in a quote?
So
how groupy a group is.
Yeah. Yeah. So
There we go.
basically, how cohesive or coherent a group is.
Okay.
Yeah, a friend group is way more entitative than a group of people waiting at a bus stop.
Okay. So, I don't know if this is like a really long, drawn out question, actually. But what if people at the bus stop kept waiting together over and over again? Could you reach levels like friendship?
Yeah,
Right? It makes sense.
exactly. So
Speaking.
it's social psychology. It depends on the context. It depends on the environment. If
Positive
there's a
contact.
common task that they have to engage in, let's say a
Was this
bus
a Robbers
broke down,
Cave
so they have
experiment,
to
or
figure.
whatever it's called, the Rattlers and Eagles? That's a cool study.
Yeah, so if they have to cooperate to do something, then they might actually feel more cohesive and feel this bond,
Right.
which can induce these biases against people who don't belong to our in-group.
Ooh, wait, what? Induce bias for out. So this is what you're mentioning when you said out-group members. So in-group members. So we've kind of already defined what an in-group member is. We've defined what kind of constitute a group, how groupy a group is, and now we can discuss the out-group. So this can induce some bias, if you will. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So you're studying these processes by which these biases form, or by which these biases affect the in-group or out-group, or by which, like because we were originally discussing kind of your broad interests. So we've kind of gotten to the core definition of one aspect, which is this groupy group. So how does bias play, I guess, is what I was asking. Like how does it impact us as group members? How does it get created because of group membership? I don't know if those questions are even making sense.
Sort of. I mean, the ultimate goal of my research, is to address like the societal problems that arise because of these biases that we have, or we inherently express. Because if you think about it evolutionarily, who are more likely to take care of us? People who belong to our in-group versus compared to people who are not in our group.
Right.
So we tend to prefer people who belong to our in-group, no matter how arbitrary that might be. But yeah, my research doesn't directly try to address these social problems. Because I'm more interested in these processes, like I said, just cognitive and neural processes underlying these biases. But definitely, at some point in my career, I'd like to broaden out more and just try to connect the different dots to address, to make my research more applicable.
Sorry. Okay,
Right.
So now my next question that just kind of randomly popped in my head while you're explaining all these things, because it was getting quite deep, is what would lead someone to want to do this? I don't know even though if that's like very big of too complex of a question, because I guess it's kind of asking
why do I study this?
No, like what would lead someone to want to research these things specifically? right? Because I know kind of my process, how I ended up studying the things I'm doing, how I ended up choosing my dissertation topic and stuff like that. And it's not. Sometimes I feel like hearing another person like how they ended up wanting these things can sometimes recenter my perspective, because like I know my perspective, and a lot of these choices I just feel like I didn't fully make them, or like kind of you're just kind of following this river, if you will, and then like I don't know how to describe it really, but I don't know if you kind of face the same thing. But I just feel like from an outsider perspective, when you listen to someone else, you're like, dang, like I don't know, it just doesn't. There's a mismatch between like how people think we do these things and what is actually happening. I don't know if that resonates at
Hmm.
all with you, but like with me at least, when I get that question sometimes, like why, how did you end up studying what you study? It's like honestly, like I just had really broad focuses, and I still do to this day. I have very broad focuses, and so like I just that's the way I feel. I just kind of went with the flow of things. I don't know if you had
Hmm.
more um, decisiveness, I guess, to lead you to these like more. And when I say to lead you to your research, like very, because you go like starting like, okay, like in college, right? You're like, okay, I think I'm liking psychology. And then what within psychology? Okay, well, I think I'm liking social psychology a little bit more. Like that was a process, right? I'm assuming. At least it was for me. Like I assume kind of that is kind of how generally people in grad school get to where they are. But then like yeah, so from starting from this big like, let's just say high school, to man, I want to understand cognitive bias with in-group and out-group favoritism, or in-group favoritism and out-group, um, whatever you have, whatever what have you. Uh, for you, was it kind of flowy, or how would you kind of describe that?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I don't think that I had this like aha moment that directed me to pursue this line of research. I mean, it's more of a gradual process, like you described. Um, I guess I knew that I wanted to study social psychology pretty early on in my undergrad. So I took intro to social psychology in my freshman year, and I just instantly fell in love with the subject. It was just like so fascinating because a lot of things that we learn are actually applicable to our daily lives.
Yeah, I would say that. I'll raise
Compared,
your voice a little bit. Oh no, no! Why wouldn't it let me unmute you? It doesn't let me unmute you. That feels bad. What? Hold on, let me turn my camera off really quick so I can actually get access to this. All right, say something. So sorry.
am I muted?
There we go. I accidentally muted you, and my camera was getting in the way, so I couldn't. Um, all right, ready.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry. So
So,
you left off at you were in social psychology, and you're really liking it and stuff like that.
oh yeah, yeah. So so I knew like I wanted to study social psychology. I guess in freshman year in college, um, because I don't know if you got that earlier
Oh,
before I
because
got
it was
muted.
interesting, and I don't
It's
know.
interesting and it's applicable to our daily lives.
Right.
Uh, as far as why I study these intergroup biases, um, I hadn't given much thought about like exact reasons because, like I said, it's a gradual process. But I am actually on the job market, so I've been applying for jobs. And in job applications, you actually kind of have to talk about, at least make a story, like
Oh,
put a.
really? Okay. See, I'm
I mean,
not. I'm not right now in the process of getting like this is a whole different stage that he's on compared to mine. So this is interesting.
it's not like I'm making up a fake story,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like you
Of
have to
course.
make a coherent story to
Explain your research
communicate
background.
why, yeah, why I'm doing this. And I thought about it, and I think one of the reasons is that so I'm not from here. I'm from Korea, South Korea, and I moved here when I was 16 to the state of Utah,
Nice.
which is very
Get
different
some good
from
snowboarding in there. Some
skiing. Yeah.
nice hot cocoa. Some little bit of mushrooms. So good. Oh, dude,
Yeah,
imagine that with some
that
tachos. Now you're living life. Oh man.
yeah. And that definitely happened a lot. Anyway, so I mean,
Wait, getting
there,
tachos and the hot cocoa with the
no
mushroom, not
hot
the mushrooms,
cocoa,
the
just hot
marshmallows?
cocoa with
Oh.
mushroom. Not mushrooms,
Got you as well.
marshmallows.
Sucker. Just
I
kidding.
mean, I don't think you can get mushrooms in Utah. I guess you can try. Anyways, nothing specific about Utah, but I've actually moved to Virginia afterwards, and I did my undergrad in Minnesota. So I've experienced like basically all parts, parts of the U.S.
True.
Um, and
Minnesota.
I
What are you
see
talking
this
about?
like a lot of like political, religious, maybe racial divides in this country.
Right.
It's just got me, and people just don't understand each other's
Right.
other sides,
Right.
and it just got me wondering about these biases that people have but might not
Express. Yeah.
realize that they have. You know.
So those are what we would call implicit bias, like the biases that we have that we're
Implicit
not aware
bias.
of. So really quick, at any moment, anyone
in a
that wants
sense,
to
yeah.
ask any question or ask Youngie here or myself anything, anyone's welcome to join in. The chat is live. Okay, sorry. So so we're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely, even in grad school, I definitely started broad. I didn't know that I was gonna study this face processing from the beginning.
Oh, face processing. So what is
Yeah, I mean that's
this?
just
Uh-huh.
what is what? What is face
Oh, face
processing?
processing. Yeah. Like, what does that actually like entail? If you had to
I
explain
mean,
it
it
to a
could be
5-year-old.
sure. It's literally
What it
what it
sounds like?
sounds like.
Really? That's straightforward? But how do you
Yeah,
measure
it could
like
be a
how
lot.
I'm processing a face? Like I see your face.
Yeah, so
Is there a machine that goes like,
the
oh,
term
this dude's looking at a
processing.
dude with black hair, handsome, nice chin, like holy cow, what a smile?
I mean, that's possible.
Dang.
But our
Holy
technology
cow.
isn't that advanced to actually pick up on those detailed mental processes yet. But
Okay.
hopefully one day. So the term process can mean a lot of different things. It could be just like how people evaluate different faces, how they judge different, how attractive do you think this face looks, things like that. From
On a scale of 1 to yes, I would give it 2 yeses.
to me, for my face.
Oh, you got it.
Thank you.
2 thumbs up right there.
To well, how brain reacts to when people are looking at faces, and that's like one of the ways that I study face.
And then you can like
biases.
incorporate, yeah, you can incorporate like your group membership into that.
Right. Yeah.
Sweet. Sweet. Let's give it. I like to give pauses here and there, just if anyone has a question or anything while they type, because sometimes, due to delays and stuff, we
Yeah.
might be going faster. It's never really occurred that someone's like, hey, what did you say like 5 minutes ago? Because like, I don't know. But just in case, I like to give pauses here and there.
Yeah.
Sweet. How's
Am I the first ever guest?
Yeah, actually true. Yeah, this is the very first time anyone's been hosted. But I haven't been doing this very long either. But yeah, you are the very first guest.
Or more
And
simpler explanation.
What? What's a simpler
You don't have
explanation?
any friends.
Oh, my heart. Oh man, I totally fell for that, just like the Joe Mama joke I fell for like 2 days ago or 3 days ago. Damn. That is true. Yeah, I had to
It's
bribe
okay.
him a little bit to come on today. I was like, yo, will
No,
you
you
join
didn't.
me? And he's like, if you give me like $25. And I was like, why $25? He's like, I don't know, just cuz. I was like, all right, cool. That
You
was the
can do a lot
conversation.
of
That was
different
it.
things with $25.
Yeah, but I don't know. I thought it was kind of like a weird amount. Like I would thought, like if you really
Specific,
wanted to
yeah.
get a lot of money, not a lot, but like yeah, like 25. But like, what are you gonna do $25?
I can't tell you. It's illegal.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I mean, that makes sense.
Not the thing that I'm gonna buy, but this conversation.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's banned. All right. All right. All right. Okay, so far no one's put anything. I'm gonna close my window. It's getting cold. Oh
Yeah.
man. Oh, my foot's like freezing. How's your are you cold? Do you have heating over there? Do you
I
keep
mean,
it
the
toasty?
past couple of days have been pretty warm, right? Especially yesterday.
Warmer
was
than
really
like last week, yeah,
hot.
but I'm still chilly. Like my foot is so
Yeah,
cold
in the
right now.
morning, yeah.
My toes
Have you-
they're very cold. It's like-
Yeah. You know, there's a specific toe.
They're specific what?
Toe.
Yeah, specifically no, they're all cold, very cold.
All 10 of them.
All 9 of them, yeah.
You have 9. Which
Yeah.
one are you missing?
What do you mean, which one? I have all 10, just one's broken.
Oh, which one?
So I don't count it. The equivalent of your middle finger for your hand, from your hand.
Okay.
Cause like you know how it's
The
like your
middle toe.
thumb, and then it's middle finger toe, and then it's pointer finger. At least on my
Really?
foot. Yeah. Well, I just classified my longest toe because I have the type of foot that does this, right? He's like, oh, hold up, I gotta check the shape of my foot. I'm just a shape and a temperature. 1 second.
I have no idea.
My toes are like
how
this,
your
right? So
feet
like
look like.
I have my fatty one, and then I have the long one that goes longer than the fatty.
Oh, really?
And then yeah.
Oh, mine too.
Then what? Then you should know what I'm talking about. The middle finger to me is like my hand, right? Like what's the longest one?
I see.
I mean, I get that I have part of the structure of my hand that pushes it up, but like when I just do this, that's kind of like your middle finger.
So the second toe is your middle toe.
My middle finger. Like if I were to flick someone
feels
off
like middle,
with my
middle
yeah,
toe.
exactly. If I were to flick someone off with my feet,
Oh,
that's the
have
one
no
I would
idea.
show. You have no idea how to flick someone off with your foot? You don't think about these things?
I mean, I do.
Call
but
yourself a scientist?
I do, but
What kind of science are you
I
doing?
just learned a new.
Man, I work like literally
That's so cool.
a desk from this man, and he doesn't know his own toes, and he calls himself a scientist.
Yeah,
What are you doing over there?
I don't call my. Just drinking water.
No, I mean with your toes, and like I'm saying, you literally work. Well, we used to work
How
just
many-
literally a cubicle. Oh, dude, I'm gonna move right. Oh, I'm taking that whiteboard. I gotta get it before we get another grad student in our lab.
We're gonna move to.
Because our advisor is
Amanda's?
gonna recruit. Yeah, I'm gonna take Amanda's spot. Our advisor is gonna recruit another person, and there's only 2 spots in the lab that get direct access to premium whiteboard.
But by the
Primo
but by the time we go
whiteboard.
back- But by the time we go back
Ideas.
to the lab,
Splattered all over the wall like a canvas.
we should do
Schedules.
this in lab. We should do this in lab sometime,
What? Do what?
like in person.
Wait, like. Oh, like stream from our
We'll
lab?
stream.
Dude, imagine in the
Yeah.
EKG chamber or EEG chamber. I don't know why I said EKG. Well, I guess you could do EKGs in the EEG chamber, but imagine from in there, we could be echo or soundproof. It'd be really beautiful sound quality. Echo proof. Oh yeah, I guess, but soundproof. I'll stream with the
But by
cap
the
on,
time
just
we
like
go-
I'm put on the webpage,
but-
whatever webpage I'm. Dude, I gotta start charging for modeling services because now I'm featured in Psych and Brain Sciences. I'm featured in some German website for people. People aren't gonna believe me. How do I find this? I gotta show this. I gotta show this. How am I gonna find this? How am I gonna find this? Hold on. I gotta find this. But anyways, I'm featured. I gotta start charging for modeling or something. because this is dumb. Let me see. Sprachenatelier Berlin. Sprachenatelier Berlin. Can I get the? Thank you. Check this out. Check this out. Hold up. Hold up. Okay, here we go. Hold up. How do I show this? Let's see. How do I show this? Let's do this. Check this out.
It's over me.
No, I'm gonna put it in the very center of the dude. Hold up. This is good. You're gonna be like, dude, you really gotta start charging, because like I said, I'm in the psych and brain
You're
sciences.
hyping up way too much.
No, check it out. Hold up.
It's gonna be very anti.
I know. It's gonna be
climactic.
anticlimactic, but come on. Where is this screen? I can't even see where it is. Oh, it's the whole thing? No, I don't want to do the whole thing. Let's do here. Here. Okay, we'll put it right there. We'll put it right in the center. And then we're going to change that. And then we're going to do Sprachenatelier. There we go. Done. Okay, why doesn't it show it? Dang it, it's not showing it. Hold on.
I saw a black screen.
Yeah, I know. I can see that. Okay, then this is what we're going to do. We're going to do it like this. Check this out. Ready? There we go. Boom. Okay, so here we have the a German course, right? This is in Berlin, this school. And if you scroll down from their main page, right? You scroll down. Okay. Who's that chubby fella? Who is that chubby fella, dude? Who's that chubby fella? I can do that look. Wait, hold on. How can I replicate this look? Hold on. I gotta stand up real quick. Try to replicate this look so we can compare. Does that look like it?
How long ago was that?
Does that look like it? I can't tell which way to look.
Right?
No, this way. Right?
No, yeah, that way. Yeah.
Okay,
Perfect. They look exactly
alike, right? Boom. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
What is that, dude? What is that? What is that? This is in
Your
Germany,
chubby
in
face.
Berlin. That's in Berlin. So, what do I do? Do I start charging? What do you think? We're graduate students.
No.
Like, we could... No? Okay. All right. I'll just keep doing it pro bono. Or not pro bono, for... Yeah, isn't that like when lawyers do it for free? Like, for the good? Like, pro bono, like...
Yeah.
Por el bueno, por el buen, por el bien, por el bien. I don't know. Whatever. Pro bono. So, yeah.
Anyways.
Sorry, that was a huge...
So,
Sorry, that was huge. Oh no, I forgot I left the Warframe loadout thing. Huh?
So by the time we go back to the lab,
Uh-huh.
which will be like next summer at the earliest.
Oh wow, that sucks. Man, I miss our lab so much. I miss it.
And I won't be here.
And you're gonna be leaving.
So you have two spots that are open.
You're killing me. Okay, but that's like the silver lining in all this. Is I think I'll have
Yeah,
for
so
sure
you
my desk next to the whiteboard.
yeah.
Excuse
You
me.
should just take my spot.
Yeah. I probably will. And I'll miss it. And I'll try to just be like cuddling as much as I can in the chair. Into memory. You know what I'm saying?
That's the dream.
That's the dream. Dude, but oh, man,
Yep.
I miss our lab. Okay,
Yeah,
no.
me too.
There we go. Nope, I didn't mean to do that one.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to
Are
bring
you
up
trying
the
to show
screen.
them your head?
No, I already showed them the.
Oh, on the psych website.
No. We don't have to go through all of that. Anyway, yeah. So I don't know. Well, what's the first thing you're gonna do right when you get back to lab? Are you gonna like run a crap ton of experiments? They're just like, give me participants. I need more participants.
I don't think that will happen because I don't think we'll be able to go back to the lab before
you leave us?
before I leave. Yeah.
Wait, have you? You haven't done a formal, like a public dissertation defense, have you?
No, but I can do that in spring, I guess.
Can you do it whenever you want?
Yeah, well, I mean, you would typically do it. People would typically do it in like when they are like a couple weeks before they graduate. So yeah.
Okay. Have you already done your actual defense with your committee or not yet?
No.
Are you close?
Yeah, I mean, we're still no.
Do you need more studies?
I
Do you need more
can.
data?
I don't think so. I mean, I have more than enough.
You have more than enough data?
I mean, I'll have to make some changes because I don't know if we should explain this do they know what dissertation is?
A little bit. I mean, I talk about it, but you can just quickly recap it if you want.
You should do it.
Recap dissertation. I just call it
What is
like a final project, if you will, of almost like your entire education, like everything that you've learned, and then the dissertation itself. Like the process of it is essentially you're going to do science from the very beginning to the very end in front of a committee, and they're going to judge your ability to science. And then as a panel of scientists, already established scientists, they'll say, yes, you can science, or no, you can't science, meaning because they need to be kind of gatekeepers to the people who are going to be trying to publish truth, because science is kind of seeking understanding of our nature. So at least primary research is involved with like that type of stuff. So it's like a committee saying like, all right, yeah, this person can like go try to like they're what would you call it? Good enough. I don't want to call it good enough, but like they'll be able to do science. They pass the bar, if you will. It's like a licensing, if you will, for like medicine. Like you need to pass your state exam or whatever for your Juris Doctorate. You need to pass your bar for the state so you can practice your what you learn. For us, so we can practice our theory, like put it to practice, we need to pass the dissertation.
Yeah.
So that's the way I kind of describe it. But would you describe it
I mean,
a different way?
I mean, no, it's exactly how you describe it. It's like it's 5 to 6 years of your work in one single paper.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
like you're just building a lot of theory.
Like hundreds of pages.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before you start writing your dissertation, you have to propose a topic. You have to do a dissertation.
Currently what I'm doing.
You are doing right now.
That's what I'm working on. That's what I've been working on. It's due in it's due in like 14 days. But to our advisor.
Oh.
Yeah, not to the department.
Yeah.
I still have till December 17th. So I have
due in like a month.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what I was gonna say is that I was way too ambitious in my proposal. I proposed like 6 studies, all different methods.
Oh, okay, mine's not. Mine's the same method.
So I think it was like way too grand of proposal than it needed to be. So, and I think I was on track to finish that until this pandemic happened.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be able to finish like the last study, which is an fMRI study, brain scan. Which is okay, because given the circumstances, people are going to be more understanding. So I don't think I would need to finish that study in order to graduate. So I'll be able to graduate if I get a job. If not, I can stay for another year and be a student forever.
I see. Don't you have to like fill out some form if you surpass 3 years? Because at least when I guess arrived to this stage in dissertation proposal, I had to, I guess when I got to like advance the candidacy or whatever, in the form it says, all right, your timer starts now, essentially. You have 3 years to, do the proposal, do the studies, run them, do your data, write up your data, whatever, and do your defense. Like they basically give you a timer. Um, but if you've already done everything, especially now with COVID going on, like is it like pretty easy to just get an extension if you need it?
Yeah, they automatically extended by a year for
That's
everyone
nice. That's
because
nice.
of the pandemic.
Yeah.
But because I'm an international student, they have different rules for domestic students and international students.
Mhm.
So even though they extended this timeline by a year for everyone, I will still have to find a way to cover my tuition, which is usually done through employment as a teaching assistant. But even if I do a TA-ship, they won't be able to cover my tuition.
So if anyone's unfamiliar with TA-ship or TAing, that's basically a graduate student is like assisting. It stands for teacher's assistant. It's basically we as graduate students kind of help and support professors teaching classes, whether it be doing grades for them, or sometimes we have to kind of lead a smaller, like big classes kind of can break out into small labs, if you will, and we have to lead those labs and teach in those labs as TAs. So it can vastly vary how much responsibility you have to do from course to course, but essentially we're just assisting professors, hence the name teacher's assistant. Sorry.
Teaching.
Yeah, teaching assistant, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know how that's gonna work out, but hopefully I get a job. If not, I think the department might be able to find a way to cover my tuition.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, either way, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, oh man, oh man.
How?
Did your wait, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, did this pandemic really affect your research, or not so much? Like, have there been positives as well? Like, cause I like at least for me, kind of fell in a phase where I need to be writing, so it's not the absolute worst. But yes, I would love to be doing research, for example. But how about you?
I guess in a way, but because it stopped all the in-person data collection, hence the inability to conduct the fMRI research. But in the grand scheme of things, I think it was more of a positive impact on my career or my research in general, because I was able to focus instead of worrying about getting a new study up and running. I was able to focus on
writing,
analyzing the old data, writing papers, and I think for me personally, I'm way more productive working from home than working in lab.
I'm the opposite.
So I think I was way more productive in the past like 6, 7, 8 months.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder if anyone in the chat or anyone else feels the same way. Like they're super productive now with the pandemic going on. Hey, there's got to be, of course, but
yeah, I'm sure. But
yeah.
At this point,
crazy,
I mean, at this point, this is like the new normal. So I feel like I've lost that
the
extra productivity now.
I still crave the lab. I want to go back. I need the walls. Like I keep writing on my sliding glass door.
Really?
Like I have to walk around. Like I need I don't know. I can't. I can't.
Yeah.
I science ant. Science
ant?
Not. I can't in science. I can't even English. No, I really miss the lab. Every time, you know what's the worst? That it's been like 2 or 3 years in a row where every time I'm about to finally get involved in fMRI studies, something happens where I can't. Like whether like Locke gets up and leaves. So Locke was a postdoc in our lab. And if you're unfamiliar with the term postdoc, it's someone that's already kind of graduated from graduate school, gotten their doctorate degree, and then they're just getting a little bit more research under their belt. and stuff like that. I don't know if how else would you describe it? You're closer to that stuff than I am. I haven't fully thought it through.
Well, that's exactly what it is. It's just in between grad school and becoming a professor.
Yep.
So most people do postdocs just to broaden their I don't know,
Research,
like
their
research
CV.
skills,
Yeah.
research experiences. Yeah, they usually go to a different lab and to work with someone that might have like different skill sets that you like to acquire.
Right.
So you work with them. You just do research. You don't have to teach. I mean, some postdocs might ask you to teach, but most postdocs you just do research. No administrative duties. Just focus on research. And a lot of people have actually described the postdoc time or like the later in grad school is when they were the happiest.
Postdocing? Wow.
Yeah, postdocing or like a late in grad school.
Yeah. That's kind of
And then it's all downhill from there.
Oh no! Don't say that.
I'm just
All right,
kidding.
Geeky, thanks for
a lot
stopping by.
of,
Sorry, someone's saying goodbye.
because a lot of
Someone's saying
professors
goodbye.
can't focus just on research because they have so many other things there on their plate, like teaching,
Yeah.
administrative duties. So they miss those days where they can only just do research because a lot of people are just passionate about science and finding out new things.
Right. Solving puzzles.
Yeah.
Dude, I love experimental design.
Yeah.
That's like I mean, it's arguably everyone's, to be honest, favorite part of science is the experimental design and like how you're going to measure complex behaviors or complex variables. What type of measurement are you going to use and how's it going to make sense and how you're going to interpret. I don't know. That's like what I really love about our science is like you get super creative with your measurement tools. And your experimental designs. But anyway, sorry. So we were talking about postdocing and the happiness behind it. And we originally started talking about that because I was talking about Locke and how when I had arrived. So Locke was postdocing in our lab. So he got his doctorate from UCLA, right?
UCLA.
Something like that. Yeah. And then he came over to our campus. And then, he was doing a lot of MRI studies and fMRI studies, stuff like that. And every time I was about to do something, either like scheduling happened or something happened, like I don't know, but like I think I've been trying 3 times now on like MRI safety and stuff. My 3rd time, the lab technician, basically he was just like, dude, you could just take over if you want, like you could tell her how to do it, because we were training an RA to do it, a research assistant. And a research assistant, if you're familiar with that term, that's like an undergraduate that kind of joins labs and are there to kind of help us with any tasks we might need help with. They also have a lot of opportunities to kind of like do their own science and stuff, so it's not all just about being a workforce, if you will. They can get a lot out of labs. So I'll always encourage students to join labs if they're interested in pursuing a PhD. Actually, if you're really interested in pursuing a PhD,
I second that.
Yeah, it's almost necessary, if you will, but at least get your toes, dip your toes. Even in med school, like I really appreciate being in a lab, but even though I was dead set on going to medical school, and even then I was still really happy being in a research lab, which I mean eventually led me to being in a research lab now, but yeah. So anyways, we're talking about the RAs. And then so this has been like the 3rd time, and this time I can't do it again because of the pandemic, but hopefully soon I can. That's been a long conversation about me just trying to do fMRI, and I can't do it. I want fMRI.
It'll happen eventually.
I really want it before I graduate.
I mean, you still have like 3 years left, 2.5 years left.
Yeah.
You'll definitely be able to do something. Maybe
really
next year.
Because so far the way it's shaping out, my dissertation will have 0 fMRI involved. And that makes me go sad.
Yeah.
That makes the shark party be a shark siesta.
Yeah. What?
Life.
how it be.
What? How it be?
That's how it be. That's how it be.
That's how it be, life.
You know.
Okay, well, we're winding down on the hour. This is where typically I just kind of start to sign off, but linger for any last minute people that join or want to chat. Yeah. So I guess we could just chat about something remarkable.
You have an announcement to make. You have an
Yeah.
announcement to make, right?
Yeah, something remarkable.
What is it?
I don't know what
Something
it
remarkable.
is. It's something remarkable. That's all I can tell you for now. It's gonna be a mystery. It's gonna be a wonder. It's gonna no. I don't want to oversell it. I don't want to overhype it at all.
We are
No.
already overselling
Okay.
the
Well,
title.
now you pointing it out now has made it worse.
No, I'm just kidding, because I've actually talked to a couple of people about the title,
Okay.
and they
all
don't
right.
think it's that bad. Yeah.
They don't think it's that bad.
Anyways, yeah. They don't think it's like we're full of ourselves.
Oh yeah, because we were worried about that. Sounding too.
Yeah. Anyways, what's your announcement?
I don't think it sounds too full of ourselves, but okay. Anyway, the announcement is that we want to start a. I don't know if I don't want to pigeonhole it to podcast, but it's gonna be like a podcast thing. I think we might stream it as well, but this is not gonna be. So this channel right now that we're talking on is about like gaming and like being really low key, talking to grads if people want, exchange of ideas, and just meet each other and stuff like that. And there's a Discord community kind of being built behind it to just kind of talk and stuff and share music, art, whatever. We can talk about anything. This podcast is just gonna be, I don't know, I don't want to call it a string of not interviews, talks or chats. What would you call it? Chats? Like just chatting with other grads. So us two will basically be chatting with like maybe on a weekly basis or bi-weekly basis or I don't know, monthly basis. Talking with a different graduate student each time, and like what we would be just kind of talking about research and stuff like that. We're still kicking around light ideas.
Sort of like yeah, I guess today's stream was sort of like a preview of how it's gonna be, although it's gonna be more structured when we actually get started. And also, we're not just going to interview other grad students, we're also going to interview hopefully professors.
Yeah, that's gonna be sick. Yeah, so I did have that on this channel that at some point it would be sick if I could interview professors and stuff. But this is going to be way faster for us to do it because this has, it would be really hard for me to sell this to a professor, a gaming channel, right? But this podcast, although it will be like, not necessarily, I don't want to say it's going to be like super serious. I'm going to say like it's on like the lighter side of things.
Yeah, it's not going to be super serious,
Exactly.
It's going to be more of a fun chatting conversation with other guests.
But it's going to be very easy to sell professors.
It's for us to make some friends. That's the real point.
We're
having a really difficult time.
Yeah, especially now, dude. We're having a horrible time making friends as grad students. So yeah, it's gonna be a bunch of chats and stuff.
Doing a podcast with friends. It's like the epitome of millennial friendship.
Oh, but I'm not a millennial.
Because nowadays everyone has. You're a millennial.
I'm not a millennial. I'm a. What do you call me? I'm a Zoom boom. I'm a Zoom boom. Yes.
No, you're not.
I am a Zoom boom.
Are millennials Gen Y? XYZ, yeah, Y. Gen Y.
Yeah, but I'm a Zoom boom.
No, you are a millennial.
No, but I'm a Zoom boom.
You can be a Zoom boom.
No, but what I'm saying is I am a Zoom boom. Also known as Joe.
Joe?
Joe, yeah.
Okay. What's that about?
What's what?
What's that about? Why do you have like multiple names?
What's Joe?
Mm-hmm. It's our next president's name.
No. Joe Mama. Yeah, I fell for it like 2 nights ago, and it's been passed on. Yeah,
Nice.
it's been passed on.
Oh,
Joe Mama, Joe
Is this supposed to be
Mama,
like a?
Joe Mama.
Is this supposed to be like a? No,
Uh-huh.
like an accent?
No, there's no accent. What? You think there was an accent behind that?
Joe, Joe Mama.
Joe Mama. What?
You know how like Spanish speakers sometimes pronounce
Joe
like
Mama.
Y as J? Yeah,
Yo Mama.
yeah,
Ah, yo.
yeah.
Hey, let me talk about yo.
No, no Spanish in this channel.
That wasn't Spanish. That was like a horrible attempt at doing an accent.
Accent. That's racist, man.
I was trying to mimic my dad's accent, and I still can't till this day. It's horrible. It comes out like a mix. It's like, how would I describe my attempt at my dad's accent relative to the actual thing? Like, it's like you tried to make a pizza, but you ended up making a crappy bolognese. Like, a lot of the ingredients are there, but you're missing so much still.
When you try,
Yeah.
but it tastes the same.
Okay, that was a horrible analogy. I give up. Anyway, so for this
Anyways,
podcast,
go back to yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be called Something Remarkable. I don't think that's
Too full of ourselves.
too full of ourselves. It
Oh,
stands
that's
out, sure, but I just think of a lot of stuff out there. And I'm not trying to. I don't even want to say this actually. I don't.
And Evan said it makes him want to listen to it. So
Let's get people connected. Let's make friends across the internet, because we are just two grads who can't even connect right now. Which way do I look to look at you? Wait, can you look to your right? Look to your right. Look to your right. Okay, now I'll look to my right, yeah? And I think we're looking at each other, so just, you can still hear me, so we can
No.
hold a conversation. What? We're not looking at each other? We're definitely looking at each other.
oh
Yeah,
no,
actually.
we're looking into the same direction right now.
Well, yeah, but look at
on
the stream.
Twitch?
That's what I'm saying. Now it looks like we're talking to each other, and we can pretend like we're having a conversation with each other, but you don't want to look at me for
No,
some
this
reason.
is no.
Just
I want to
look
look
to
at
your
you
right.
in the screen. No,
Look to your right.
pretend like we're talking.
Just look to your right. Just do it.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Okay, cool. So, let's talk. I think. Wait, hold on. There we go. No, I need to turn my head more this way. Just keep looking right. Keep looking right. Yeah. Hold on. I think I turned too much to the right. Hold on. I almost got this. There we
Alright,
go.
what
There we go. There we go. Okay, now we can like chill. And now it looks like we're
Okay.
talking to each other
But it's
in
so
the same room.
I'm just looking into the void.
Yeah, me too. But like now it looks like we're.
I don't think it adds any value.
talking to each other. Now it looks like we're talking across
to
the
the-
chat.
No,
It doesn't add. I don't think it adds any value, but.
I'm
Okay,
just gonna
anyway,
look-
let's go back to. Okay, so we're gonna try. I don't even know why we tried that. We're gonna try to make some friends online. Right? What else?
in
what
real
else?
life. Yeah.
We're just gonna chat with
And
grads.
just learn about them, and hopefully inform other people about
Research.
science and about grad school.
Science. I love science. You
Because we're
say
gonna
science.
talk definitely. We'll
You say science.
definitely
I say
talk
how
about
high.
research. Science.
Yes. You say science. I say how high? How much? Tons of it?
How much?
I'll give you tons
Yeah.
of science.
We'll definitely give you tons of science. But
So it'll be with like a lot of different
we'll
grads
not.
and professors.
And hopefully,
Because this will be so easy
Yeah,
to sell
and
to
also-
professors. We can get academics
and we'll
involved, sonny
definitely
boy.
expand out to different areas of the science, different fields of science, not just psychology and neuroscience.
we could expand to
Different schools.
different school.
That'll be difficult. We'll have to.
I don't think it'd be
finish
that
our
hard.
school first.
I can reach
I
out to
don't
some
think
of
it
my
was that
old
hard.
friends and stuff. I can even reach out to people that went to
Yeah,
medical
me
school.
too. Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to. I don't know if we want to keep it constrained to grad school,
Oh, yeah.
but I could potentially. I can't promise this, but I do have a friend that I know went to medical school. So I haven't talked to him since he
Yeah,
started medical school because he
eventually.
disappeared off the face of the planet, which is understandable. So yeah.
Eventually, yeah. But for now, we'll focus on our friends first.
Wait, what friends?
So that we can-
Hold up. We have friends?
My friends, not your friends.
Oh. Can they be
So
my
that we
friends by
can tell
association?
this to. Yeah, you will be friends by the end of the podcast.
Sweet.
All right.
So it's gonna be a podcast, but we're also gonna stream it, right?
Yeah.
And then the same audio will just be put on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna
That's
have
the
music.
audio.
No music. Music?
Yeah.
Could it
Sure
be
we
like?
can.
Could it be like? Ba-da, ba, ba-da? Can we have a dude just in the background, just kind of humming a lot of tunes?
Which dude?
Evan.
Which dude?
Can we get Evan to just do a lot of humming, like in the background? We'll just record 8 hours worth of humming, and that way we'll just cycle that. You know, that way every
we can,
ninth day,
I think
every
that-
ninth day you get a repeat song, so like you won't remember anymore. So it's like it can hold for
I
like a
think
whole
that will ruin the experience of the listeners.
Dude, imagine just him just going.
Let's not impose that on Evan.
You know, like imagine
I
some of
can't
that.
even imagine.
I could
don't know how
totally
that's
see him doing it, like 100%. I know he would. He's probably gonna pitch it. If anything, he's
Alright,
like, dude,
let's
you know
see.
what, guys?
Yeah, we
If you
can.
guys need
we
music-
can't even ask that.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, you know what? If you guys need music, let's ask him on the first podcast and be like, would you be willing to
So
scat for
we'll-
us a little bit? Would you be willing to scat? Just go a little bit like boop 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 boop, and then we'll and then we'll be like, there it is. There's our background music. Okay, at least that could be the intro to something remarkable. Oh, that could be the intro to something remarkable.
Exactly. Alright, so we have our first guest lined up already.
Jiminson. No, his name is Jiminson. It'll be
Timothy
interesting.
Jameson.
He's in a different department than we are, so that's cool. The very first guest in
Who?
a different depot.
I mean, same department, but different
Like same school,
Area.
but different department.
area. The same
You
department.
would consider PBS a department? I like to classify as school. Like the university is like the whole university, and then your school is kind of like when I was an undergrad, I got accepted into the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Like I had to get a
I
separate.
know. So for us, our school is life sciences. College of Life
Oh, I did. Oh, now I get it. So our department is PBS. Okay. All right, fine. Then they are a different area. So our first guest is gonna be from a different area. Dang.
Sciences.
How much you want
No
to
more
bet?
social psych.
Yeah, no more social psych. How much you want to bet that he's gonna wear basketball shorts?
Everything.
What is everything?
I don't think-
I'm gonna put a bet that he's not.
My car. My car.
All right, everyone heard it. Meaning me, I heard it. Oh,
Is there anyone
sneaky
listening?
snake. I don't know. I don't think so.
Because I don't think he owns a non-basketball shorts.
A what?
I don't think he owns non-basketball shorts.
Dang. Okay.
Anyway, so we're not going to stream it on this channel, right?
No, of course not. It's gonna be on a separate channel.
But the
Something
information
remarkable.
will be on your channel. Right?
I can put it on my channel.
Information about it.
Yeah, I
you know.
can do that. I can put it in my about section. That'll be way more. Actually, I could even replace Science Fridays with that. Basically, I could host. This is weird, but basically, because yeah, this is gonna stay gaming. So basically, we could stream from Something Remarkable, and that would just be broadcast to Shark Party GG.
Yep.
So that way, I can kill two birds with one stone. Still keep Science Friday rolling, and anyone who's a gamer that found me through gaming but is interested in science can tune in and find
Oh, so
something
we're gonna do it on Fridays?
No, not necessarily. I could adapt Science Fridays. It doesn't have to stay Science Fridays.
Oh, I see.
This channel is a very laid back
I think we're
channel.
gonna do it tomorrow, on Wednesday.
Are we ready? I guess we're ready. Fine, we'll wing it. We're gonna wing this.
No,
I have all
I'll
my-
send you some questions that I have in mind.
I have my note cards here that I'm reading. Let's check. Because when I stream, I always have note cards, right? And tomorrow we're just gonna throw them away. I'm just kidding. This is what my note card says.
I'm just gonna. Can I take a break?
What?
Can we take a break? Can we take a
No,
break?
yeah, we're
real
done.
quick?
We're basically done.
Okay.
This is the end of Talking
Okay.
Tuesday. Yeah, we actually lingered for way longer. I was gonna cut it 11 minutes ago.
Oh, I see.
So anyway, well, thanks for joining us. I'm gonna cut it here because
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I was trying to cut it like 11 minutes ago. I was like, I usually linger for 5 minutes or so, and we're about to hit the 1 hour mark. Okay,
Right.
yeah, we started talking about something
Okay.
remarkable. That's gonna appear on my page, so make sure to check that out. I think that will end up replacing Science Friday. That sounds like a really good idea. I like that. If anyone's opposed to that, say so. But again, the intention for this channel is gaming and just having an open space for like fun talking about that stuff. Something Remarkable is gonna be something remarkable. I'll leave it at that.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm excited.
It's gonna be amazing. Yeah, we're both really excited to do this. I think we're both motivated to put a lot of effort in it to really get better. Especially like I do want to put effort in it to get better streams than what this is currently going on because I hate the way the Discord things look. But anyway, that'll be fixed all later as well. Cool. So everyone, thanks for joining. Thanks Youngie for joining us, Young Kid Hong.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. We'll see you guys for. I'm still gonna do Science Fridays for now until things get decided with Something Remarkable. But yeah, be sure to keep an eye out for Something Remarkable on my page and stuff like that, and I'll remind people throughout other streams. Cool. All right. Have a good Tuesday, everybody. Take it easy.
Bye.